This is Guitar 101 Rammstein, and I'm back with another Saz song tutorial. Playback tracks, all like I did before. You'll see an info card above on that one. This is the second one. And what it is I write a song on Baglama designed to teach you to learn. So you have like specific instructions on how to learn a song in Baglama in English. And the song you're going to hear in the background playing, but I'm going to go through each riff. It's pretty minimal. It's there's a verse, there's a chorus, there's a bridge, and then there's a coda outro. And I upload those onto my Bandcamp page. You'll find the link below where you can listen to it. And I did 6 versions. So first version is the whole song complete. I added some percussion and some synthesizers for just like a root note drone track kind of thing. Second track is going to be the same thing with the metronome playing over it. It's at 100 beats per minute. And then I take away, because I doubled each take of the Baglama. So the next variation, it's without that second Baglama, only one to follow. With a click and without a click. There's 2 different tracks of that. And then finally I take away all the Baglamas, but I leave in that drone track, that root note to follow. You can play it exactly how it is, or try to, or you can improvise and just gotta learn where those root notes are, which I'll explain, but you can do whatever you want over it that way. And that's also with a click and without a click. So as I was recording it, I recorded video of it, so you can see each part broken down. If there's any parts that aren't clear, because I didn't go over them 100%, and I'm not going to bother writing the tablature. I used fret markers so you can see everything. I want you to actually try to learn this way. Learn by watching and learn by listening. Because learning only by tablature, you're going to limit yourself. That's the way I've always taught. And if there's a part that someone's having a really hard time with, and you bought the track, send a message and I will make you a video explaining what part you're having a hard time with and break it down how to play it, or write the tabs. The song is pretty long. It is, let me check, 9 minutes long. Wow. I thought it was about 8, but it's a little over 9 minutes long. And like I said, it's not many parts, but what I did on purpose is I made them repeat many times. That way, because I mean, there's a lot to this, but there's a reason for it. One being, if you can play a part really good, try playing it 10 times without stopping or making a mistake perfectly. And then you can say you can play the part really good. A very simple part, if you repeat it several times, that it gets harder and harder the longer you go. It's just a weird thing. It's a very good thing to learn in conditioning. And also, finally, this doesn't have any lyrics or vocals on it. When you're writing music and you're listening to music before the vocals are there, the parts sound like they repeat way too many times. Like this goes 8 times, it should go like 2 or 4. When the vocals come in, it makes sense. So when you're learning music this way, that's what I like about backing tracks. You're gonna start to understand counting and how things work more so in that manner. And the more you practice this way, the more you have like this inside count in your head, in the back of your mind, that you can do subconsciously almost. You'll program it that way, where you can focus more on other details. It's easier to multitask as a musician. Alright, so where was I before my memory card ran out of memory and the cat stole my chair? So, alright, the things to learn on this track, there's a few, but don't get discouraged if some of the techniques you're not ready for, whether it's the trills, those quick notes back and forth. You can kind of just mimic those, and you'll learn in the process how to do them. So along with learning how to play to key changes, specifically with chords and those kind of different elements in Baglama, it's also possible to try to improvise and just start with the same key, the root note of the parts that I'll go over in these videos. So with the backing tracks, that's why there is a complete one with the click track if it makes it easier, and also without, and slowly taking away. At the end, with only the backing track, there's just the synthesizers to make the root notes, which are long droned, so it's very easy to play over. Good to experiment, good to learn with. check those tracks out on the link below in Bandcamp. And now we'll get started into these riffs and how to play them. Okay, so recording the first verse on this track, I'm gonna, I just recorded the first Baglama. I'm gonna double it. So I'll walk through this and I'll just let it film when I record. Maybe you can watch and figure it out. But I'll walk through it first. I'm using frets 3, 4, 3, open, 3, 4, 8, 7, 4, 7, 4, 3. And it's in 2 parts at the beginning. So it's like that. And then it alternates every second time with a kind of a trill. So first, and that on the second one. And it'll do that, I think, 4 times. And then it's changing a little bit where it's that trill. So I'll play through the whole thing. Hopefully I can get it. Someone's going to say I'm holding it wrong, I know, but I'm not miking it. I'm plugged in through that piezo pickup. Check out the info card on how to make one or how to use one. But my cable's a little bit bad for this, so I have to hold it like that and try not to move. Makes it a little difficult. Otherwise I get a crackling sound and it screws up the recording. So I'm just going to let it roll. It goes a good 4 bars of just the intro with the drone track, and I'm going to record it. Hopefully it goes okay, and hopefully you can kind of learn as you watch it as well. Alright, so of course, since I'm recording a video of it, I made some mistakes. Forgot to trill it to change and stuff like that. Put one where it shouldn't be. But that's the gist of it. So I'm going to re-record it off camera, because for some reason that camera, when it's on, it makes me screw up. That's the gist of the riff, of the verse. And this is going to be a really simple track. I'm going to incorporate a few elements that were not in the last one, hopefully. That's my idea. I'm writing it as I go. This is the verse, then we're going to do the chorus, and then we're going to have a bridge and maybe an outro. So yeah, it'll be just a 3-part song with the outro. Simple, but good to practice too. For the chorus, I'm going to throw in a key change and chords. It's kind of a new thing to learn, and key changes are a little tricky to learn on Baglama when you're getting used to playing in one key all the time. So this first chord, I'm going to use my ring finger on the top strings on the 4th fret, index finger, the bottom string on the 1st fret. Then I open up that bottom string, and my little finger is going to go to the 4th fret of the bottom string, and then back to that open chord, where that open bottom string. This finger stays put the whole time on the 4th fret of the top string, and then it's like an open real quick to the 1st fret only of the top string, and then the 4th fret of the bottom string. So it's something like this. So I'm going to do the same thing. I recorded one track. I'm going to double it now and try to record it with the camera on. Hopefully the cable doesn't make a mistake. You see, I'm recording on the fly, so I'm screwing it up. The example I played is a little different than what I actually recorded. So, like I said, I'll do this off camera. That's the gist of the chords. I'll try it again, but first I have to listen to it again, because I might forget it. I got it. Let's try it. Close. I don't know if I'm happy with it. I gotta hear it. But yeah, it's not a very typical Saz Baglama riff, but it's a good incorporation to throw these chords in your playing and get used to those chord changes, so you're not stuck in the same key. So I'm gonna finish this. Like I said, it's gonna be a really simple structure: verse, chorus, bridge, something like that. So I'm gonna finish the rest of the takes of the verse and chorus, and then we'll get to the bridge. Alright, so now onto the bridge. This is all on the 3rd and 4th frets. I'm starting on the middle course of strings, and I'm using the top course as well as a chord. So it's like string as well of the middle course, and then on the bottom string. So all together. Some little variations in there. I mean, you can follow like the basic pattern and it'll still fit. I might even change it a bit when I'm playing it, because I'm like I said, I'm recording as I'm going. So I didn't do the first track of this yet. I didn't do a keyboard track either, so I'm just gonna try to record it and see how it goes. that's it. So now time to double it. Alright, so I'm at the ending, the Coda track, the Coda take, whatever. Here I'm going to cheat a little bit and just do a kind of like a dueling Baglama solo. So I'll leave that part blank on a separate track so you can try the same kind of ideas out. I'm gonna improvise it, and it's gonna take way too much work to like tell you exactly how I play everything, and I won't remember because I'm improvising a lot of notes at once. But here are the root notes. It's the 4th fret of the middle course of strings and 7 of the bottom course. You'll hear that on the drone track, the keyboard track in the background. So 0, 1, 4, 7, like a Phrygian kind of scale. It's going to fit really nice. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to try a few things out. I'll let it record as I go. I'll let the camera roll, but I'm going to be editing it. So at the end, it's, you know, I might cut some parts out or redo some parts. And I'll do it on 2 takes, so I'm going to have it kind of left and right. Try some couple ideas out now, and we'll see how it goes. So I'll do a bit of this until I find something I'm happy with. And I'm going to add some percussion and stuff over that too. So I'll record that too, a little bit of it. And I'll put it at the end in case you guys don't care about that, because you want to just focus on the Baglama. There's a percussion track. I played some random percussion on it. I used a doumbek, a Turkish frame drum, some Moroccan bongos, a few little things. Also like some cool things I had for just the effects. Like this is, I love this thing. It's called a finger shot. You wear it on your fingers when you're playing hand percussion, and it doesn't make a sound when you go up. It only makes a sound when you go down. So I actually was just clapping with this. My cat's playing an instrument in here, one of my harps. Cool. But yeah, little things like that. I use a shekere. Just that's the percussion. Alright, so that concludes it. I hope you guys enjoy the track and learn something from it. Give it a try. I know it's a long one, a long video, but it'll be worth it if you work on it. Anyways, that's it for now. Hit like, leave a comment, let me know you liked it. That'll make me do more. It's a little bit more work than normal to do these kind of videos and put the Bandcamp tracks up, but I enjoy doing it, so hope you guys do too.